tuned into the Bob Report. Bella, Miss Bella, or just Bella.
Just Bella.
How you doing, Bella?
I'm good.
We back again on the Bob Report, and we got a beautiful lady on the Bob Report today, y'all. With an interesting story. Would you like to introduce yourself? Or, no, can you introduce yourself to the people, Bella?
Well, I'm just Bella, and I am the ex-wives of NFL players, and a recent situationship with a Dallas crazy man.
All right, there's a lot of them out here. NFL football players,
Yeah,
X.
football players.
Only that's the only sport, just NFL,
No, NBA as well.
NBA as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of people they're I don't know how familiar they will be with you, Bella. Could you tell tell us where you from?
I'm from North Padre Island.
Excuse me.
North Padre Island,
You're from North Padre Island
right, by Montemores.
by Montemortes.
Yes. Matamoros,
Do you speak Spanish?
a little bit. I'm Cuban. I'm a Cubana.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's your nationality?
Yes.
Okay. Bella, North Padre Island is that America?
Yeah, it's borderline America, like near Matamoros, Monterrey. I got family all over like St. Lucia, Havana.
Cuba?
Yes, that's Cuba. That's where my father and all my 7 brothers stay.
Right now?
Yes.
So you got family in Cuba right now?
Yes.
Do you go over there visit?
The last time I visited was in 2019, before the pandemic. But my mom had me here, so it was a lot of paperwork involved, but I'm not gonna get into that, but it was a lot of paperwork involved, as far as my birth certificate, so that way, I'll stay out of danger.
Right. So what because you having Cuban uh background, that's how you wanted to stay out of that's why your mom wanted to stay out of trouble?
Well, my mom wanted to stay out of trouble for, basically she left my dad because he's a big drug dealer out of Havana. And
He is now?
he is now, yes. My brothers picked it up now, took over. All 7 of my brothers.
When you say big, like what do you mean big?
So, I mean, when you're working with cartel and other similar groups, my mother didn't want to be a part of that.
Hmm.
So she had me here, in North Padre Island by, it's about maybe an hour away from Corpus Christi. And yeah,
Corpus Christi, Texas.
yes.
Okay.
So on my birth certificate it says I was born in Texas.
But in actuality you're from Cuba. Well, you're from Texas. You're from
To that
America.
question.
You can't answer that
I
question?
can't answer that question. But my birth certificate says Texas.
So you're being that your dad and your dad's side of the family is all of Cuban ancestry,
Yes.
and you're Cuban, um and your dad's occupation has that had any influence on you, Bella? Before we get to what you actually do and who you are, has that had any influence on you?
It has influence on me, but I got good brothers. Um, they take care of the family, and I can't complain, you know. He's been there for me. Probably not like my mother wanted, but he's been there for me. You can't stop somebody's hustle. That's all I can say. If that's all they know, then that's all they know.
Right. What's your because I'm picking up some type of energy from you. What's your religion?
My religion, I don't subscribe to religion. I don't subscribe to religion. I subscribe to our creator, the universe, you know. I pray to our ancestors. I'm an old ancient witch. So I'm spiritual.
Whoa. You said you're an old ancient witch.
I'm an old ancient witch, yes. It's not a bad thing,
How did you
Bob.
get to the Bible report? Who booked you here? What do you mean an old ancient witch?
Well, I
Where's
flew
Carlos
in.
at?
I
What?
flew in. But I'm an old ancient witch, you know.
You said it's not a bad thing?
No,
So I've been meeting, I'm gonna speak on, I've been meeting witches lately, right? And I guess you could say that those witches I've been meeting were bad witches.
what kind of witches are they? Like, do you know what kind of witches they are?
Bad.
How bad?
Like, like, like not good bad. Like
What did they do to you?
what they do to me. I can't say what they did to me on this camera, but it wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's not good.
So
Well,
could you explain what's the difference between a good witch and a bad witch?
well, let me say this first, right? So when people hear the word witch, they automatically think, oh, oh, I'm not going to deal with that, or, whatever else. But as soon as someone need help, they come to a witch. Like me, I remove attachments. I'm all about love, prosperity, peace, wealth, all that. So, um, yeah, it's a good thing, it's a good thing. But a lot of people, they go, everybody now wants to be a witch. So now they go, they Google things, and they're playing with all these energies, and not understanding that they are bringing unwanted entities into their life. So when they're trying to, let's say, bewitch you, right? If they're trying to bewitch you,
What do you mean when you say when you bewitch somebody? Like put a spell on them?
well, yeah,
Like so this is like voodoo?
it's a form of voodooism. It's a form of voodooism. So I do spiritual work, right? So when I do spiritual work, I'm removing attachments. I'm removing blockages out of my life, out of my anyone I love life. Um, if someone comes to me and I know that they're having a crazy time, and they tell me that they are smelling bad things everywhere they go, it smells like everywhere they go. And there's different signs to know if you have been attacked by an entity through either somebody else or another form of attachment.
So it is safe to say that there are uh bad witches and good witches.
There are good bad witches and good witches, but I hex bad witches. You understand? I hex them. Like, I gotta go to hell, basically, to attack those demons and send them back to sender. I return them back to sender. You always want to return any negative entities that's on you back to where it come from. It's called the boomerang effect. It's called the law of karma.
Let me ask you this, Bella. So most black people, when we hear the word voodoo or witch, we think bad, right? We don't think good.
Right. When our ancestors.
Hold on, let me
Okay.
explain. So we don't think that it's proper. We think that it's not nothing good attached to those two words, right? So how do you know? Because you said you hex bad witches. How do you know if you're dealing with or somebody is dealing with some type of voodooism on them if they don't even know? They might not even know that it's on them. So how do you know to go hex the bad witch?
Because a real witch will feel the energy. Anybody can feel energy, but when you are in that spiritual realm, right? You can feel the energy. You can feel confusion. You can feel the madness on the person. It's all energy. It's, you have to become one with the universe first of all before anybody can call themselves a witch, right? It's not about chakras all the time, things like that, things that people are learning online. It's naturally come with you. It's a gift. I'm a medium as well. So I've been this since I was a little girl. But like I said, when you hex a bad witch, that means you're breaking a curse. You're breaking a curse, and in order to break a curse, you got to go to hell to do that.
You gotta go to hell to break a curse.
Yes.
So you been to hell and then came back.
Yes, many times. I've had out of body, it's called OBE, out of body experiences. The only time I have an out of body experience is if I'm doing ritual work and then you get deep into the spiritual realm, and then you can walk all over your house. You can do whatever you want to do. But although your shell, your corpse is sitting there meditating.
So you've been to different realms.
I've been to different realms and different dimensions.
What were you doing? Just walking?
No, sometimes I fly.
Like, what's your goal there? Like, you flying, walking? What are you doing there?
My goal is manifesting. Where do I go?
Like, what are you doing there? Like, when you go,
Sometimes I'm in space. It just depends on it depends on my spiritual work. You ever close your eyes and imagine you're flying through space?
I have before.
Okay. So imagine doing that while you're meditating, and your body, your spirit just lifts up out of you and goes straight to that place. Like a vortex. That's exactly what it is.
So the Bible, um, do you believe in the Bible?
I believe that the Bible is a lot of metaphors. It's metaphorical, right? So, do I believe in the Bible? You have to understand this. Before there was a Christ consciousness to Christians, people relied on the universe. They relied on the universe. They relied on energy. That's what our ancestors did. They break roots, all of that.
Let me ask you this.
It wasn't tarot cards.
So if our ancestors believed in these things that are like, you could say, demonized today, was it a bad thing when our ancestors were practicing these?
No, it's not a
rituals?
bad thing, because when you have bad things being done to you, like I said, sometimes you have to go to hell in order to break chains, right? Sometimes they have to even elevate themselves by doing sacred rituals to keep themselves balanced. You understand? The Bible, you have to understand the Bible, a lot of the scribers in the Bible, the Old Testament especially, and the New Testament, especially Deuteronomy, look that up. They're all pedophiles. They're all pedophiles. Why do you think, even to this day, pedophiles don't really get that much time? They take courses for mental health. So
The white ones, the black ones, they get that time.
well, I mean, that's also a part of politics as well. I mean, when they put each other against, black and white or whatever the case may be, it's all politics. They want black people to, oh, well, this person is white and he got less time than I did. Well, I mean, it's all a part of politics. Racism is within the people. they divide and conquer. So that's totally different.
When
That's a different spectrum.
you go to hell to break these chains, who are you breaking the chains against? Other witches?
I'm breaking the chains with Baal.
With who?
With Baal.
Bone?
Baal. Baal. The
Baal?
Lord of Light.
The who?
The Lord of Light.
Could you explain?
You ever heard of the Prince of Light? Lord of Darkness?
I heard of the Lord of Darkness.
Okay. Well, he's actually the prince. Well, it's not even a he. You got me saying he, talking about the Bible, because for one, God is a creator. God is an entity, and so is Baal. So you have to understand the Bible. The Bible had a lot of witchcraft in there. Moses in the burning bush. Jesus wouldn't go into anyone's house unless there was a burning a certain type of sage. Like, the Bible is full with witchcraft. I mean, even Jesus in the Bible went and practiced Reiki. Okay.
What is
So,
Reiki?
Reiki is basically learning your subconscious for when you pass away, and going into another dimension. We never just die. Energy never dies.
Is that similar to what the uh mummies, not what the Egyptians were doing when they would mummify people? Is that a form of Reiki? Would you say that's the same
Uh,
thing?
yeah, because back then they were more intelligent, so they knew how to preserve better than what we do now. We're still learning on ancient theology, ancient astrophysics. We're still learning on we don't even know how they built the pyramids. So we're still learning everything that they've done millions of years ago. So, it's a cycle. And will we ever figure it out? Who knows? But like I said, you know, um, I don't believe that Adam and Eve could populate billions of people. If that's the case, we're all related and we should all look alike.
So what do you think happened?
I believe that they were gods. Um, they were gods. And like the Bible says, let us make man in our image, right? So if they say God said that, then who is he talking to? Let us make man in our image. What I think happened was the gods populated the earth on every four corners of the earth. And they repopulated them in their image. That's why you have black people, you have white people, you have Asian people, and they all have different languages, because that also brought a state of confusion, right? So a state of confusion means different languages, which means what? They did not understand each other. So they had to learn each other's, they had to learn each other's language. They had to learn each other's practices. There was a lot of voodoo, a lot of voodooism, a lot of witchcraft, and there's nothing wrong with it if you're applying it the right way. So I don't know the witches that you dealt with, but
Yeah, I don't think they was no good witches. I think they all was bad witches.
and they all know that the law of karma is real. You cannot deny the 12 laws of the universe.
Do you feel like I've been bewitched? Do you use some type of energy?
I feel like you probably have been bewitched.
I got to call the Hoovers to
Attachments.
come help me. The Hoovers, I need to get this bewitchment off me. They'll help me. The Hoovers will help me, Bella.
The Hoovers will help you?
Yeah, they'll help me
I
get this
think the Hoovers will
bewitchment.
help you too.
Right. But you
Yeah.
feel like I've been bewitched for real?
When you have a form of attachment on you, you have been bewitched.
Who said I got a form of attachment?
Your energy around you, your aura. When I first met you, I felt like you had a aura around you. When I first encountered you tonight, I felt the aura around you. But that's not my place to tell you unless you ask me.
Doesn't everybody have some type of aura around them?
Of course, a lot of them have beautiful auras. But a person can have a beautiful heart and have a beautiful aura around them. Your aura is what makes you who you are, who defines you as a person. But you can also see the smut that's on them from someone that has thrown an entity on them. And what happens is your life will spiral. You don't understand what's going on, why this happened. Back to back to back things happen, and you don't understand it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't understand it, then what do people do? Oh, well, I need to go get a tarot card reading. Tarot cards are is really new, right? Um, in ancient Greek theology, they used tarot cards, but it's not like the tarot cards that are being applied and used today. Because you have all these people saying they do tarot cards, and yes, they understand it, they learn it, but they're not really tarot readers. Um, the only person that can tell you about your future is called a psychic. A psychic will let you know, like, your what's gonna happen, who's you're gonna marry, yada yada yada, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to discredit a real psychic, but there are real psychics. I'm a medium. I speak to the dead. I speak to my ancestors. So it's totally different.
You say you speak to the dead.
I speak to the dead.
Why?
Why not? They speak to me
What are they speaking to you for?
because I have abilities and I can feel them, I can hear them, and I can see them sometimes. Just like I'm looking at you.
I'm alive, baby.
I know you are. Are you?
100%.
Okay.
Are you alive?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, we're all energy.
How does what you say you've been into what you're into since you was a little girl? How did you get into that?
It's not something that you get into. I used to see things as a little girl and I thought I was cursed. Um, I thought I was cursed until someone sat me down and talked to me and let me know that it's a gift. So once I embraced that gift, because I didn't understand why people were poking at me at night when I was a little girl. I didn't understand why I could see things that was there and other people couldn't see them. So when you go to the doctor, they're like, "Oh, are you seeing things that other people can't?" Like, what are you supposed to say to that?
What age was this?
I started at 8 years old, started seeing things at 8 years old,
Seeing what?
seeing people that were deceased in everybody's house that I went to.
That was the first. That was your first encounters with the.
Yeah, I used to play with them when I was little,
Well, they used to play with you.
vice versa. Those are my friends.
They were your friends.
And when I was a little girl, yes, like I was here by myself. My brothers is in Cuba, so it was pretty much like I was an only child. Yeah. So, it's a gift, and witches aren't bad. Witches aren't bad. People think, oh, witch this, witch that. I don't want to deal with a witch, or they're probably scared to be with a witch, but they're scared until they need a witch. Like I say, they'll come to me, can you remove this attachment? I think my ex did something, or
So how do they know to come to you? How do they like? How is that like a thing to find Bella to get the bad voodoo off you?
well, back then the people that know me that I did remove attachments from or whatever, whatnot, they call me Mantequilla. That means butter, right? So I've been doing that, I would say from high school all the way up until maybe my junior year in college. And so I just stopped doing it because when you're doing spiritual work, it takes a lot of energy out of you. It takes a lot of energy out of you. If you're doing it for even for 30 minutes, you're gonna feel tired. You're gonna want to pass out
From doing spiritual work.
from doing spiritual work.
So when people, because it's not the first time I've heard that term. When people are using this term, um, is everybody doing spiritual work? Because they use this term is being used loosely. I'm
It's
starting to believe the
it's
spiritual world ain't
used
even for
very
real.
loosely. It's being used very loosely. Because now everybody wants to become a witch. What they do is they write these little things down on a piece of paper and then they fold it and then they break an egg and they do all they don't know what they're doing. So they're playing with an outside spiritual world they have no knowledge about. So when that spiritual world comes in and they start to attack them, because first of all, you have to learn how to protect yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter where you go, people some people pray, some people, whatever. Some people talk to themselves if they're atheists and just ask the universe or whatever they subscribe to protect them. Or they'll ask their family, hey, think about me, whatever the case may be. That's their faith. That's whatever. That's what they subscribe to. But you can't just play witch and not think that you're opening portals for unwanted spirits, should I say.
How can somebody play witch, Bella, but also open portals? If you're playing, how would you have that ability?
Well, first off, sage, right? So if you're playing with spirits, that's like playing in a Ouija board. You watch those movies, right? That's really 100%, 1,000,000% correct. When you playing with fire, like a Ouija boards, tarot cards, sage, and you don't, and it's just for fun, and you think it's all fun and games, or you're trying to get back at somebody that you don't like, or something like that. Like those spirits, those entities, they're watching you doing this. They're watching you play with the spirit realm. They don't like it. So then when stuff starts falling out of your cabinets and doors is opening and or you feel taps on your shoulder and things like that, like yeah, like that's why. Because you're playing with fire. You can't call yourself a witch. You can't call yourself a witch and not understand the assignment.
Right. Miss Bella, um, yeah, NBA, NFL, MLB players. You've dated them all.
Yes.
That's not I can't ask like how did you get into that? You know what I'm saying? But mm, um, that's like how did you get into that?
The only
Because women want to know how do you get to date these type of people?
Right. They ask me that all the time. But the only thing I can say is I wish it would have been a baseball player.
You
They're
wish you
more
would have
yeah, they're
baseball player.
loyal.
Okay.
Yeah. You said the women want to know how
Yeah.
to well, I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Because most of the time right nowadays is pretty much Instagram.
Yeah, so let me tell you something about these women that's chasing with money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have to understand, like, I smell money. I smell money like a great, like a hound dog. I smell it, right? But not all money, all good money is not all money is good money, should I say? And not all good money is great. So I could buy you $1,000,000 house, but if you still feel lonely and you still feel like he's neglecting you, then you're going to be a broken woman in $1,000,000 home, which makes it a broken home, right? That's what we call glass houses. Um, but a lot of these out here, I mean, all they do is, cheat and You know, not all of them. I can't say all of them. I had you know, a really loyal one.
So were you dating these men, or were you just like having like you know?
No, we were in a relationship. I was in a relationship with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you date were any of these guys like outside of your race?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. He
Oh.
was the loyal one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What sport was he?
He played for the Eagles.
Oh, for the Eagles,
Yeah, first for the Cowboys, then he played for the Eagles.
and he's not a black guy.
No, he's not. And he's very handsome. We're still friends, you know. He messed up. We both did, but you know, I got the grunt of the pain. So I mean, he paid what he weighed, and he respected that, and we're just friends now.
When you meet these men, or you know y'all end up dating or whatever the relationships with you, um, w- do you already know what their status is, or do you find out later?
No, I found out later. I mean, NBA and NFL players aren't the only ones with money. Like I've dated um plenty of damn near $1 billion shareholders. Um I mean money is everywhere. But if you're looking for a certain type, let's say you have a type, right?
Right.
If you're looking for a certain type and you keep getting these should I say unwanted as right? If that's your cycle, then something's wrong with you. You can't blame everybody else. Like something is wrong with you. You know what I
Have you
mean?
been dealing with that?
I've dealt with it one time and it was 12 weeks and I had to let go. Yeah, he was a bum.
So let me ask you this: we pretty much label our professional athletes as celebrities, right? So outside of the professional athletes that you've dated, um, you just said that you've dated uh almost $1 billion shareholders. So
Right.
is it like a certain place you're going to meet these men, or are they just approaching you anywhere, everywhere, or it's like
Like I met my
there's
ex.
got to be some type of some process to this?
Well, I live around
Oh,
them.
you live around them. Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah, I live around them. So I'll meet them in the grocery store. And now I just know, you know, because I don't watch sports. So when one comes up to me in a grocery store or in the gym or whatever, like I don't even give it. And I'm not going to say that, you know, the other three had messed it up for everybody, but I'm just in a place where I need to be balanced. I need to be focused. You know, I need to be focused. And that's what a woman should do instead of just, you know, going on to the next person, regardless if they're a celebrity or not. Because a lot of these Instagram, speaking of Instagram, a lot of them, they try to look, they go broke trying to look rich.
Right.
That's what me and my homegirl.
You can tell the difference.
Oh, most definitely.
So most of the flashy guys that you might meet, they ain't the ones with
I
the
get hit on
the sack.
all the time, and I
All
know
kind of
they
men, but all kind of men.
by all kind of men. All kind of men. Yes.
Right.
But you know, like I said, it doesn't matter. Um if you got somebody, I'm
Is
like
this about
this.
money? Is if they walk up to you looking like you know just looking the craziest, but you can smell the money, you gonna give them a chance,
I'm gonna tell
Bella?
you this, millionaires and billionaires do not walk around with chains on. Millionaires and billionaires, they go to the grocery store, they go to even the celebrities. I know a lot of celebrities. You know, I've even dated like local celebrities. But like they don't need to dress up every day like that unless we're going to an event or something like that. Otherwise, they don't need to put on 15 chains to go to the grocery store. Like they're just plain, like, a lot of them drive Hondas, a lot of them just drive Teslas. Like they're not in Bentleys, Bugattis, or anything like that. They're just in regular cars.
Right.
Now, do they have their toys for when they want to play? Of course they do. But you're not just going to bump into somebody and say, "Oh my God, you're a millionaire." It doesn't work that way
So how do you keep meeting them then?
because they come, I mean,
They come to you.
they come to me. So it depends on how you handle yourself as a woman. You handle yourself as a woman the way you should, then you're going to see a different type of caliber of men that wants to be in your life, wants to get to know you for you. You know,
Have you
I
dated any married men?
I dated a married man, but I didn't know he was married. Yes,
Hmm. So when you found out he was married, hold on, did he have that bag? Did he have that money?
he did.
So when you found out he was married, did you keep messing with him?
No, I told him to kick rocks, and and I moved on. That's
Right.
it. It's just money. When you get emotionally attached to money, then that's where everything will fall apart for you because you're always chasing it, right?
Right.
So when you get emotionally attached to money, it'll never come. When you separate your mind from, I need money, I need money, I need money, to this is what I'm going to do to get my money, this is what I'm going to manifest to get my money, that's a difference. Then money will come to you. You attract money. Just like you're supposed to attract men. You attract money.
Right.
You can't walk around, looking like you just came off of Harry Hines.
Would you call yourself a like a like a basketball housewife or in Hollywood like one of them women?
Yeah, I know them. I know a lot of them. Like we sup together.
You did what?
Hmm?
You say y'all slept together.
Sup. Like
What that mean?
we've broke bread together.
Okay.
Yeah. We go to, events and things like that when, I mean, it's cool. We all feel each other's pain by keeping, there's a lot of secrets that we keep. It's a lot of secrets that we keep, and that's okay. But some women air it out, some women don't. Just
Right.
depends on how pissed off you get your wife or your girlfriend.
Right. So um you mentioned so let me ask you this. Are you an equal opportunity woman? Does a man have to have money to date Bella?
No, not at all. I prefer like loyalty over love anyway.
So, okay, being that you're open spirit, open mind, you don't have to have money to date Bella. Um, when you meet somebody at the gas station or Walmart or whatever, and they're not in a particular type of car that maybe they're in a car that's not your car, but he still has enough, in him to come and
He's trying to make it work.
approach you.
Right.
Would you give him a chance, depending on how he approaches you?
It depends on how he approaches me, you know? Um, it just depends on how he approaches me.
Right.
As a man, it depends on how he approaches me. You can't just be like, "Hey, what's up? Let me get your number." Like, nah, that doesn't work with me. I'm a woman first and foremost. So you're gonna address me with the utmost respect, as you should.
So, white men, black guys, professional athletes, do you date street guys?
Of course I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, of course I do. I mean, who doesn't love, um, a thug with intelligence?
Okay, so has there ever been a time, Bella, and we'll get off this dating stuff, but in your dating life that you've made a big mistake? Um, we don't disclose where you live at, but living where you live at, well, in the Dallas Fort Worth area in Texas, that's where you live at now, correct? So you meet guys here all the time, right? And you're equal opportunity female, meaning that you don't have to have a lot of money to date Bella. Having money is a great thing. It's a plus. But you've given some guys with less clout, less money, less motion. You're giving them a chance at
If
that.
he's a go-getter and I can guide him in the right direction and he stay focused, that's what I see.
So have you made any bad decisions with men
Of
like
course I have.
lately?
Yes,
You have?
definitely.
Would you like to speak on it?
Let's see. I don't want to mention his name at all,
Right.
but
That
we
bad?
did.
Is that bad of a guy?
He's that bad of a guy. He has diarrhea in the mouth. He's
Can you kind of like if you like say the not the name but like take me there, I could probably know who you're talking about.
Dookie face.
Dookie face.
Dookie face. That's what he's known as.
Oh, you talking about
Yeah.
you talking about Luke Tarot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke Tarot. Oh yeah, he's a how did somebody like yourself, I don't know you that well, but how and like why, like what was going on then? How did that happen?
Well, I was depressed at that time when I met him downtown. I met him downtown Dallas. And he was trying to impress me, saying, "Oh, I know who you are, you such ex-girlfriend and just this and this and that." And then he gave me this like sob story of first he tried to tell me that I was on 607 and I was this, I was that, and I'm like, okay, like that didn't impress me. I don't know what type of female he thought I was, but what I did like about him was that he made me laugh. So, we did some content together. It was like a relationship Tubi movie. And of course, I'm a good actress, I've been in movies as well. But the thing is, it was like a homemade Tubi movie. So we did content together and yeah, things went left really quick.
So this the Bible report, Bella.
Is
Yeah, this the Bible report.
oh
So when you say they went left really quick, could you explain like are y'all together now? Are y'all seeing each other now?
hell no.
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 So could you tell us what happened?
Well, I
We don't
mean,
care, but you're here on the Bible report. We gotta
I gotta make the report.
yeah,
Okay.
we gotta treat you like who you are.
All right. So one day we were in my media room. He had came over and
In your media room,
right.
yours? Okay.
And he was trying to show me something, like trying to cast it onto my projector, and all I seen was balls slapping balls. That's it.
On what do you mean? On your projector?
Yeah, it was
Ball
getting
slapping
porn.
like
Yeah,
it's whoa.
yeah,
Who?
it was porn.
Like men with men?
Yes,
Like
just balls
like
slapping balls.
Bluefoot's like men like sex?
Yeah, white men with black men and stuff like that.
This what Lukey Terror was watching? This
Yeah.
now, hold on. So listen.
You seen his favorites. It was nothing but men on men. You never seen not one woman. There was a transvestite in there, but it was like all in his favorites. So I look at him.
So hold on before you get there. So um if okay. So basically so you can't make these type of allegations and it not be true. This is like worse than snitching in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is what you're saying on the Bible report is the absolute truth.
Yes, that's absolute truth. And so
there's no bitter ex
no, I'm over
female.
that. Like that was I allowed him in my realm for 12 weeks, okay? For 12 whole weeks, and that was it. I'm an Aries, we move on.
Okay, so um You're basically saying that he was watching porn and he popped on your projector, and then what happened?
And I looked at him and he looked at me like he was in shock. He was like, I don't know where that came from. And I'm like, well, apparently it came from your phone. So he got upset at me. He put his hands on me. He got a hammer and he broke my phone.
What do
I
you mean
guess
put
he
his
thought
hands
I
on
was
you?
going to call and tell someone. I mean, I don't know.
And this is the honest to God truth.
And this is the honest to God truth. Yes.
So, I'm familiar with the guy. I don't know him like that, but I know who you're talking about. So you tell me that this guy is watching Bluefoot corn on his phone. Y'all better
Yes.
watch something on the projector at in your media room. You see the Bluefoot corn on your phone, and he then breaks your phone. And when you say puts his hands on you, like, what do you mean?
Well, he hit me. He hit me in my eye. And
He hit you in your eye.
yeah, it's covered with makeup.
Can you see? Can you come closer a little bit? Just a little bit. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, and that was a while back. That's how bad it is. It's just now starting to like go away.
So I guess history would say that when guys on the DL and they get
He's still in
found
the
out,
closet. He needs to come out of the closet. I mean,
just come out of the closet.
come out of the closet. You know, he needs to come out of the closet. That's what he needs to do. A lot of these men that are, and let's go back to, and I want to go back to the religion too. Like the Catholics, they'll go home, they'll go to church, they'll praise Mary, they'll worship
He's a
Mary.
Catholic.
No, listen, they'll worship Mary and all that. Then they go home and beat the shit out of their wives. And then they'll go to the priest and ask for forgiveness and think everything is hallelujah. That's not the way that it works. So he needs to come out of the closet. Like a lot of these men are in the closets that really don't like women. I mean, every female that he was with, like he can't even keep an internet girlfriend, dude. He can't even keep an internet girlfriend. That's sad, But I gave him a chance. I did. I tried it, but never again. That's not my type of caliber. That's not my cup of coffee, not my cup of tea, nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Um. Have you talked to him since he put his hands on you?
Not at all.
So he left your house. Then you called the police, or
I couldn't call the police. He
because he
broke
broke
my
your
phone.
phone?
Yeah.
So he just left on his own free will.
He left. Yeah, he knew he fucked up. He left on his phone. But he let him tell it. Trap Boy Freddy sent me.
Trap Boy Freddy.
Yeah, Trap Boy Freddy and Ratchet TV sent me. Um, let him tell it. Trap Boy Freddy though.
Shout out Freddy. Yeah, that guy. He's he's well, let's just do this. I'm very sorry that happened. That's very unfortunate. He shouldn't be putting his hands on you. And he can watch the the Bluefoot corn all he wants to. That's his own business. But when you start intertwining and dealing with women and you really like men, that's a problem. That's a big issue that needs to be eradicated quickly. So, looky, Tarot. If you like guys, it's okay.
Just say it.
Like Tony Weirich, he likes guys. There's no problem with Tony
Nothing
liking
wrong with
guys. If you like guys, just come on out. But don't be dating our women and liking guys too. So that's over with.
That's over with. That's a wrap.
Okay.
Yeah, it was easy to move on from that one.
Right. We recently well, you're not even gonna do that. That doesn't matter either. So yeah, Bella. So would you call yourself a socialite?
You have to define socialite after this pandemic because, I mean, really no one does anything.
Right.
Yeah. I'm an introvert.
And you're also a witch.
Yes.
Like for real.
Yes, for real.
Okay. Well, That'll conclude this
Have you
episode.
dated a witch?
I I feel like I have dated a witch before. I don't think they were good witches though.
You got to be more careful. You got to be more careful
How
about
do
it.
you do that?
You got to learn the person. You learn the person. You listen to the words. You know what I'm saying? Like when people spell things or curse at you, I mean, they can indirectly be throwing things at you as well. But when they're very careful with their words, you also have to study that person and their mouthpiece.
You are now tuned into the Bob Report.